Let me check my phone.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Butt Dial. Yes. As you can see, I'm by myself, so I did switch it up. I am on my other couch, so very original. The person who was supposed to come today is not feeling well, and rather forcing people to come to be on camera and all that good stuff. It's just, I was like, you know what, stay home. This could be like my introduction video. I already did an introduction with my last guest, which I just today was the episode premiere, which is so awesome. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Again, this is super low quality, but I'm trying my best as we get along with this, and I'm hoping, I guess, like. What I'll start off with is kind of like my hopes for this channel, along with the hopes of just in general what I would like to see, especially from someone who consumes a lot of social media when it comes to just videos of like random things. That's kind of like the goal. So let's dive on in. So if you are see me looking back and forth, it's because my windows are here. My dog keeps jumping up and down. I have two of them. This is my little girl. Say hi, Mimi. Her name is Primrose. So yeah. So just to kind of give you who I am. So last episode was kind of just like a sporadic ADHD moment. So this is more tamed because I don't have someone with me who I can yabber with. So it's just me, myself, and I. So I love to just start off when say my name's Yvette. I'm 32 years old. Wow, my birthday was January 29th. Can you believe that? I'm 32. Ew. Um, it was in like, wow, I'm getting older, but I'm absolutely loving this era that I'm in. The era that I would kind of describe myself as my mom era. I am a mother to a beautiful 1.5-year-old boy. A lot of my social media will not have much of him, if at all. My Instagram does. But primarily for this channel, he will not be appearing on this. So pretty much that's just kind of what we're going to leave that topic on. But anyway, so yeah, I'm a mother. I used to work as a state worker here in my town, in my state. For about, oh my God, 7 years. And I met wonderful people there. Holler to all my state workers. And if you're curious what that, my position was, I pretty much stayed in the family service bureau. So the Department of Health and Human Service. I was a benefits counselor. That just to kind of give you, we had an official title, but a lot of people don't really know family service specialist. So I say benefits counselor because a lot of people are like, oh, benefits. So really that was, Medicaid, food stamps, stuff like that. So a lot of those programs are, federally and state run. So if you're ever curious about that, please ask me questions about that because I generally, I know a lot of people out there kind of don't know much about these programs. A lot of it, like I could just give you an example, is that they are income um, they look at income as being, whether or not you qualify for these services. So a lot of people, especially don't understand that, we never made up these rules. So a lot of people used to get so frustrated when they were denied these services because realistically, we send out notices that explain, X, Y, and Z, but realistically these notices I've read them, they are so hard to understand, especially if you have reading issues or have a cognitive issue. It's going to be hard. So realistically, maybe I can even use this episode to really explain to you guys that it's just one of those things where just to make it more easier to consume it, if you have a higher income, you most likely will be denied. So that's just kind of a little bit of a background of a benefits counselor. And then I switched over and did about a year into rehabilitation counseling. So if you don't know what that is, I essentially helped. young adults, adults, anybody really who's disabled who is looking either for gainful employment or keep their employment, who are disabled in some avenue. So disabilities could range from individuals who had minor disabilities, which, and when I mean by minor, it's just more, you know, maybe visually impaired, have auto, what is the word? Those also who could have, limited mobility, pretty much anybody, even those with extreme disabilities, who had limited function, and had, essentially had a, let's just say, for example, someone who is disabled who has, a third grade level of understanding and is like in he's he or she is 18, 19. So just to give you an example, there's a very variety of stages. And it was such a rewarding field. I really loved being in it. However, took on the task of getting my master's, and that became very clear that I couldn't really do a full-time job, a full-time worker, a full-time mother, and I really found myself wanting to be with my son more than just on the weekends. And this is not discrediting anybody who has to utilize daycares, or have to utilize, private sitters, anybody who they, have to pay out of pocket. But I found myself really being, you know, if I can just skim down on my budget, I can make this work. So yeah, so that's kind of how it spiraled into being where I am now, where I'm a part-time counselor for the school district, like I had said in my last video, and I absolutely love it. Is it exactly where I want to be right now? No, but it works with my hours, and it gave me the opportunity to be in front of this beautiful setup, which aka my phone. So it really allowed me to kind of tackle my creativeness. I've always told myself that I wanted to do something in front of a camera. I'm still getting used to it. This is very weird. Like, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm talking about myself. Yuck. I hate when people talk about themselves. I'm just kidding. I love when people talk about themselves. Don't listen to me. That's the whole point. But, I personally, I just love hearing stories. So I love to expand on this and even grab people from like the comic section who could zoom in. Like, I don't even know. I just have like this crazy mindset that I see myself expanding on this and hopefully provide some kind of meaningful content to society where, even if it's just small spectrum along with humor. I like to think I'm very funny. I think I'm funny. You know how some people are like, oh my God, I'm so funny, and then when you actually see them, you're like, you're not funny. But I tend to think, what's really funny about me is my spontaneous. I'm very like, my mind is like miles a minute. I constantly have things going in my mind. Like, I'm just a weirdo. Anybody who knows me could attest to this. Like, the things that would come out of this garbage hole would just be absolutely wild. I like to say I'm a little toned down more because I became a mother. I don't know, maybe who people who have interacted with me now could say differently, but just a couple weeks ago, I made one of my people who I work for a cake for her birthday, and it was absolutely atrocious. I'll post a picture of it. So I've also picked up baking. Like, can we all raise our hands to like things that you find enjoyment in? I would 100% say that I'm a terrible baker. And I still to this day cannot bake when it comes to like desserts. Absolutely can't make a cookie, can't make brownies, can't make cakes. That's not my thing. But if you checked out my TikTok, you will see that I love making food and bread. Like, those are my top two things that I like to post on, because a lot of the times, especially now, as a mother, I'm finding things that I find enjoyment in again, which is so weird because I know that with a young child, because my son's only 1.5, you tend to kind of lose yourself in this era where it's not about you, which again, it's not. Unfortunately, it's one of those things where I find myself constantly thinking about what's next, what am I going to do, and I have like this fictitious schedule in my brain that I have to follow, because if I don't, my life falls apart for that day. Like today, the person who was supposed to come in today was not feeling well, and I was debating on whether or not I was going to post, but really I was like, you know what? This is my time. You guys get to know me, my style, my ambiance, who I am as a person, so you can kind of see if you would enjoy listening and watching me. I don't know. Do you like watching people? I don't know. I have like this weird aesthetic. Today I'm going like punk rock. Is this punk rock? I don't know. I not thrift this. No, I didn't thrift this. My last sweatshirt I thrifted. I got that TJ Maxx. It's delivered. It's so cute. And then I threw on a little beanie because this is day 4 hair of not wash, and my hair is actually pretty. Oh my god, it's so healthy, guys. If you didn't watch my last TikTok, um, this is I've been using the X Mondo brand hair strengthening max. I can never say that. And oh my god, it has done wonders for my hair. I chopped off my hair after I gave birth. It was just I was time. It was like my hair was like down to here, but it was not growing anymore. So I really was like, I need healthy hair. I need to. This is my year of healthy hair. I do try to do heatless curls. I don't know how anybody does it. Can you please explain to me how that works? Because I've tried every hack out there to have heatless curls, and I don't know if it's just because my hair is like super thick. So all my girlies who have thick hair, do you use heatless curls? Because I don't. I try. It just looks like I have like dents. It's like and I end up using a curling iron because it looks like I look crazy. Like it's just absolutely wild. So anybody who has those heatless curls, I see those girlies out there who use them and I'm like, how? Where? How like do you completely dry your hair and then you use it, or do you like blow dry your hair and then use it? Cuz I secretly think you're blow drying your hair cuz your hair does not look that coif when you wake up. I mean, I've seen them, but you never know. They a lot of times like videos they stop, go, stop, go. I'm not exactly sure the terms on that and how that happens. But I'm impressed when I see that kind of stuff. I know I'm rambling, but this is just who I am, and I thought this would be a fun way to do it. So yeah. So just to kind of continue, and I'm gonna adjust myself. Grammy, wink, 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 wink. She's so random. I love her. So yeah, just I've been. If you had to ask like or describe me in a couple words, I would probably say that I am energetic, wild, random, ADHD. Undiagnosed ADHD for sure. I'm pretty sure that's kind of like if I had to self-describe myself. And it's so funny because like I'm all about not labeling people when it comes to certain disorders and stuff like that because a lot of people hold those disorders to their chest. Um, a lot of times when you tell people, especially little ones where I work as a counselor, you know, when you tell somebody so many times that they have issues or something's not going to work out, they just hold it to them and then it becomes their reality. And that's the kind of thing that I hope to instill when I do have my own practice is, if you're going to be labeled, it's to help benefit you, not hinder you in your life. Because I do often see a lot of times that, a lot of people just really hold on to their labels. If you're depressed and you hear that from a professional person that you have depression, then it stays with you. This is not to discredit anybody who does have depression. It's just more kind of giving you the reality that when people hold on to these labels, it's almost harder for them to kind of see past their labels. So a lot of the times what I try to do is, okay, you have depression, let's talk about something that you love, or let's talk about who you are. What'd you do before this, where you came to talk to me and stuff like that, because I think a lot of times we all want to find answers, and absolutely you should find the answer, but you should find that answer, not a professional to tell you that answer, because our whole purpose as mental health providers is to guide you to well-being, and well-being can look different for everybody. So a lot of times where your well-being is taking a step back and really you don't like looking at yourself in the picture and the whole picture and saying, yes, I have depression, but that's just a little part of me. So that's kind of who I am. Is I don't really like these labels. So a lot of times when people are like, "Oh, I just think I have depression," I'm like, "Well, are you diagnosed with depression, or are you just saying that?" Because maybe there's some other things underlined that that need to be discussed. So yeah, that's a little bit about it. But yeah, that's another tangent. Oh my god, I love this video. It's just kind of everywhere. And do you like my mic? These are the oh my god, the Letos. Oh my god, every time I try to see, because I want to order two, I order two more, hopefully, because we're having a Valentine's Day gal video coming up. And we got like cute outfits for that. I'm wicked excited. But anyway, I'm hoping, does anybody have this or have used this before? If this port um can take two more adapters. I mean, two more mics. I don't know. I'm not a tech savvy person. I wish you know what I wish? That I could have like someone who could just tell me what the best gear for beginners that's not too expensive. Comment down below, because I love to I was looking at equipment, but it's so overwhelming. Like you look on Amazon, it's just like wow, like bing bang boom. I'll link these mics because I actually did at least somewhat of a review for phones, because this setup is through my phone with a ring light in the back. Um, and I found this setup to be like super nice. And look at the cinematic on the iPhone. Like, wow, it's so crisp. You can see all my flaws, my bags. I got some, I always say that I don't have Chanel bags, I have Walmart bags. And that's the lack of sleep. I don't sleep. Someone out there who maybe be like a sleep specialist or something like that, any recommendations? I don't take melatonin. I don't really want to take those. I find, and you can tell me weird because my best friend told me this was weird, that I love watching people get their head rubs, like ASMR head spas. Like, oh my god, it's something about just like envisioning yourself. My weirdness, I love getting massages, head rubs, feet rubs, everything. Like, I love contact. Like, I don't know what it is, because it just brings me back to my center. I don't know if anybody's like that too as well, but oh my god, like I could sit there and just, I honestly, I could get rubbed for hours and not be tired of it. As long as you let me go pee, then I would not be tired of it. But yeah, and that actually, maybe I could tell you a little bit about. I recently went to a head spa, Pure, Pure, some Pure Salon. I'll link them down below. Below. I went to a salon that was doing what they called luxury blowouts. And oh my God, when I tell you that this was awesome. The only thing is that I wish she had rubbed me more, but I don't think she was feeling well, but that's okay. It was just nice to get like a detox mask. It was like very nice. They put like a um jade mask on my eyes. They put like an aromatherapy weighted like I forget, like what do they call, weighted bead bags. I don't know what it is, but it was amazing, like absolutely amazing. Like when I tell you that it was such a good experience, and like I said, the only thing I wish was that she had like deep rubbed me, because it, maybe it's because I watch too many videos, that I know that for me and my preference, I love that like consistent rubbing. Like it's just out of this world. Any other weirdos out there? And also comment below, like what are your self-care techniques? 'Cause I love to hear, because that's another thing involving my credentials, is I'm a very big advocate of like what are you doing for yourself? Um, it's, are you taking care of yourself? Are you going outside for at least 15 to 20 minutes? I know that's a lot of people are like, nope, indoors, and totally understand. I was the same way for a very long time. I would not go outside at all throughout the whole day if I had to stay indoors all day. But I promise you, going out there for 15 to 20 minutes makes a huge difference. Even when myself, where it's a crappy day, I'll open a window, I'll open the door for me and my son to kind of just observe what's going on. I find that my mental health levels better. Um, Especially when you're overstimulated or you feel overwhelmed, going outside, going for a walk, or just breathing in that fresh air makes a huge difference. And it could just be where I live too. I live in a very rural area where, it's, where I live is beautiful. It's somewhere in New Hampshire. And it is, just, it's so nice to kind of just unwind and reset yourself, especially if you're a mother, with a young child, or even anybody, fathers with children, or you've had a stressful day at work, or just anything. I promise you, going outside for just even a couple minutes makes a huge difference on your mental health. So I recommend that for sure. So just to wrap up a little bit, I know this video will be short. I didn't want it to like be all about me. I'm so weird. I know some people can like sit in front of the camera for like hours and hours, but if it's not, if it's just me and I don't really have any content to really talk about, it's gonna be a short video. That's what you just saw before is all tantrum. But just to kind of wrap it up, I again I aspire to be a bigger channel for just a general view, and all about positivity. I know a lot of content creators out there. There's some people who are doing a wonderful job talking about it, and we could hit on hard subjects too as well. So I recommend, if there is a particular subject that you want to hear, comment down below. I know this one. I'm asking you to do just comment everything, everything. Give me all your bullet points. Give me an essay. I don't care. I'll read it all. But I realistically, if there's something to take back from this video, is I want you to kind of think about, what kind of topics that you don't often hear from podcasts, because that's exactly what this channel is going to be about. Is just topics that you don't hear about, because it's the niche of certain podcasts or channels in themselves, is that they often talk about one subject, whether it's celebrity gossip. And I love that kind of stuff too, but I love to kind of just talk about just anything. What do you have on your mind? I could be as silly as, um, you know, weather. I don't even care. Maybe not, I don't know, maybe not weather related, but just stuff like you want, like general talk. Because I think a lot of times, especially too, when we're looking for some guidance online and stuff like that for just the silliest things. It's hard to find like a channel. And what I'm going to do is post kind of what the topic will be about. So if you're not interested in it, that's great. That's okay. You can come back for the next episode. But to support the channel, and I hope to kind of give you a background about what social media and what I've kind of learned about, trying to start this, is that comments, subscribe, likes makes a huge difference on our videos, because it brings us up on the algorithm so you can see us more. So if you hear a lot of influencers talk about that, it's literally because it helps the channel. And I've started to, like, anytime I see any of these random videos on my YouTube feed that I'm like, I've never watched these people before, I actually went and started, liking and doing all that stuff, because I know for a fact that that is helping this person grow. And I watch them because generally that's what the videos are for, to be watched, to consume them, to take them all in. But yeah, so I hope that today's video was um kind of mindful about what to expect from my little channel here. I am the host. So I the host? I don't know. It's so weird to say, like, I'm the host. I will guide you to it, um but it's just one of those things that I hope that, you know, within time I'll get better at the camera, get some better equipment as everybody supports the channel, and maybe I can upgrade this ringy. And no, I probably would keep this. This is actually really cute. I like it. It's like a little mini friend. But yeah, so I hope to catch you in the next video. Bye.